It's winter. It's snowing. And the car is sitting here in the garage waiting for me to gain enough motivation to put all those power steering parts on. Hey, wake up out there! Yeah, I know. It's the middle of winter. Middle of February 2025 here. It's been cold, it's been snowy, there is salt and crap all over the roads, so we're pretty much stuck in the garage here. And as we talked about in the last video, we're moving along with converting back to power steering. This is the power steering pump. Surprisingly tiny when it's not in the car. We're gonna have to figure out how to get the pulley off of the old power steering pump and into this one. So that'll be an adventure. That's the part number. That's what's on the pump. And unfortunately, the reservoir that goes with it, it's kind of big and tall, so it's not really gonna fit in our application. And we got the power steering hoses from Rock Auto also, and these are ones for, this is all for a 2013 Caprice 6-liter V8 rear-wheel drive car. So most of this line we're not going to use. Have to figure out which one's what, but there are the part numbers there. One's going to be the pressure side, one's the return side, and we'll cut them up and adapt them to our Porsche steering lines, which are currently attached to the rack. New rebuilt alternator, since our alternator was actually it's been close to 5 years now it's been running, but it makes bearing noises, so not very loud, but it worries me, so we're just going to put this one on and go from there. It's been a few weeks since we ran this thing, so we're in that dilemma of, will our ancient battery start it again after it's been sitting in the garage, unused, uncharged during the winter weeks. So let's see what we got. Sounds promising. So we've got the power steering rack chucked up in the vise here. What we need to do is get, at very least, get this fitting out. These are banjo bolts, so you gotta kind of be careful you don't break them, and they have a copper washer on either side for sealing. This one, I believe, is the return that goes to the reservoir. And I believe there's a filter here to filter out stuff, keep it from getting into the pump. So we got to at least get that one out, pull that filter out, clean it, probably flush some stuff through it. And this one is the one that goes from the pump. You see it's got a banjo fitting on it too. And I don't know, I'm going to take it off. I've been fighting this. These are 6 millimeter socket head banjo bolts. Think about that for a second. And I've been cranking some pressure on it with this 6 millimeter, hex tool, and it's not going. So what I did was grab the outer edge of the bolts, and we're going to try to basically use the vice grip and the hex tool to break it loose. Let's see how it goes. Give this a little whack just to make sure the hex is seated all the way. As good as she gets. Break the vice grip. There you go. No worries. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Yeah, that actually worked. Woohoo! One thing we're still waiting on, it should be here today, at least that's what FedEx says, is the new power steering shaft. This is the original one out of the car, and it's this end, you can feel the needle bearings in it, so that's not good. So we'll stick a new one on there. Okay, I don't see any screen in the return side to the reservoir or the pressure side, so I don't know where this thing is that people talk about, but I don't know. We're going to see if we can flush some fluid through it somehow, but that'll be a job for another day, I think.